All righty. Well, welcome everybody. It's great to see everybody jumping on. Some of you I know were at the international convention and some of you were not. Some of you I know joined a lot of the meet on sessions, so you got to see some of the actual information. Obviously, when you're not there, you don't get to participate in the feel of what's going on. I have to tell you, honestly, this was probably my most favorite convention aside from my very first one. Um, I have never, since my very first one, I've never felt the amount of excitement and movement. And it's not just excitement, it's the movement of energy. I can't put words to it exactly, but the movement of energy within that room was just amazing, amazing. And a lot of it's because what I saw back 19 years ago, honestly, at my first convention, JR had talked about a lot of these things. And over the years, he talked about a lot of these things coming to fruition. And we would see pieces and, there's always challenges as you're growing as a company and you're taking on new things. And as we have seen in the last year, the shopping annuity has taken hold. The shop.com site has taken hold. Things are starting to move. We still have quirks of things that don't go right. That's business, no matter what business you run and no matter what business you work in. There's always things because things are always changing and growing. That's what makes a good company. So I just want to say that the shopping annuity is really just a new term. It is not anything new. It is exactly what we've been doing since the beginning of the business. It is converting your spending and converting all of your spending of whatever you're spending things on into earning. At the beginning, when I started 19 years ago, we only had our branded products. So we were converting our spending of those types of products into our own brand. Just like, if you own a restaurant, you're not going to go down the street and eat at the next restaurant. You're going to eat at your own. So it's the same concept. The only thing is, obviously, as you all know, it's grown tremendously over the years. And now we have, actually, they announced we have over 80 million products on the website, which is just beyond comprehensible to me. And there's over 3,000 branded products. So obviously, we can really bring to the table something for everybody and everything for someone. So it's a matter of really just doing a recap of what is here to be able to share this business with others and get your little piece of the pie. Because that's really what it's about. You started your business because you wanted a piece of the action and you wanted to create something for yourself or your family or your future. Just to talk about why Market America and shop.com. JR's clothes, and I'll give you some recommended videos that I would highly recommend that you watch first and foremost before we leave tonight. But JR in his clothes shared the company why. And as we talk about all the time, your why is the most important thing, because if your why is not strong enough, you will not develop the business. And to be able to hear the company's why and then figure out what your why is and know that they meet, that they're in alignment with one another is the most powerful thing, because then nothing will stop you. So obviously he took 2.5 hours. I recommend you watch his closing address in that 2.5 hours. But to put it in simple words, this is what he said it is. It's an entrepreneurial mission to create as many successful unfranchised owner entrepreneurs as possible with an economic bond. And that is where we have finally been able to create it, and it is happening. I cannot tell you how many new pin levels were on that stage. And I know, as well as all the other leaders on this call know, we want all of you to be able to partake in that. But we can't want it worse for someone than they want it for themselves. So it really comes down to what is your why? Is your why strong enough? Have you even developed your why? And then making sure that why is in alignment with where shop.com and Market America are going, because if it's not, then this wouldn't be the best match or best fit. So really to look at that, and I know that we've talked about that on previous calls with a lot of you. So again, that close, if you have not seen it, I just greatly recommend that you watch the entire thing, even if you have to do it in parts and pieces. But here's the thing, at the very end, you want to watch it all the way to the very end, because if you don't have belief in where this company is going, you've got to watch the end of what JR does to prove belief and tenacity and persistence and consistency and never, ever, ever giving up. It's an amazing thing. And you have to keep in mind when you watch his tightrope walk over Niagara Falls, he is 68 years old, you guys. So if he can do this, all of you can. We all can. So I just want to share what our personal why is, why we're doing this business, because really, Pip and I have looked at this for many years. And although we are very health oriented in the health division, our whole personal why is really to educate and assist in creating as many shopping annuity evangelists, meaning converting their people shopping into earning whatever they're shopping for, as possible to help people create additional and solid financial streams for their future. I don't need to spend time to go over where our economy is, what is happening in our country. We are totally creating a new economy, and that's what JR talks about in his close. We are not buying into the economy that they want us to buy into. We are creating this new economy, and we have the opportunity to be a part of that and also be able to, introduce other people to that concept so that if they want to have a part of that, they can. Not everyone has the ears to hear it, but you need to talk to enough people to figure out who has the ears to hear it. JR's quote that he said in his close was, "How long can you hold on to your why and your dream?" And he said, "It's taken us 23 years to reach my original vision." And I wasn't here at the 23 years ago, but I was here 19 years ago. And I can tell you, he talked about some of this stuff. And I looked at this. I actually came home from that first couple of conventions, and I'd look at Pip and say, sometimes I look at this guy like he has 3 heads, because I would be like, what in the world is he talking about? I remember him talking about customization. And I mean, back then, nobody was doing anything with customization. And then I remember going into stores and banks and seeing big signs one day that would say, we can customize your portfolio. We can customize this for you. And it was like, wow, this guy was talking about all this stuff, and here it comes. So he's truly a visionary. And the beautiful thing is he's willing to share all that with us. He truly, his heart is all just that he will never, ever settle until he fills that entire arena with directors. So the question becomes, do you want to be a part of that? And I know some of you on this call are very successful already. Some of you, and I think all of us, including Pip and I, are not where we would like to be, because I feel like we can still touch a lot of people and help a lot of people change their lives and educate in this financial arena. So I'm going to go over a basic team building plan that was presented to me at the very beginning of business 19 years ago. And I can tell you this is still what I teach by, because of the fact that these numbers never have failed us. These numbers are exactly what it says here. And it's still the same thing today. If you look at, say you are not where you want to be. So just look at this as a growth plan. Or say you already have 1 or 2 people in your organization. Just look at this as adding those people. If you're not activated yet, then look at this as you starting out, and you're going to add 1 person to your organization. So in month 1, it's you plus 1 more person. So that's 2 people showing 4 plans. Now, when we talk about plans, it's the business plan, but it's really the shop and annuity business concept. You're not necessarily sitting down to show somebody the full plan. You're really talking about the business concept, and we're going to give you some videos to watch that will explain how to talk about that. And if each of you are showing 4 plans per month, that would equal 8 plans being shown, which will almost always, when you look at the average numbers, it will average out that 4 people will be interested in seeing the full business model and looking at it closer. And out of that, you will end up with 2 new business partners. I have watched these numbers. I track these numbers, and it happens. Where we fall short, and you can see month 2 through 5, where we fall short is that people are not consistent and dedicated to sharing those 4 plans per month, which means you have to talk to more people to find out who has the ears to hear what you're talking about. So you have to have those conversations. And again, we've done tons of trainings on those, and I know Cheryl's done tons of trainings on those. So we just have to look at, where do we look to be able to get the consistency going to help you get what you want. Because when you look at the bottom here with BV equals income, here's the goal, you guys. We always talk about each UFO. Base 10.7 strong is 400 BB per month from each unfranchised owner. So when you look at the shopping annuity, we should all be able to do more than that. I could tell you, Pip and I, Cheryl, and a lot of you on this call actually do more than that. And a lot of you on this call do less than that. So if you're doing less than that, your goal is to get to at least 400 BB per month. So you are following the base 10.7 strong. You can't expect to create a six-figure income if you're not yourself utilizing the products and converting your shopping. So that's the first step. Either getting to the 400, and if you're already at 400, doing that assessment and finding out what else can you convert, because I could tell you we will be doing some webinars upcoming to show how to create even better deals and find the deals and things like that to convert that shopping. Pip has gotten very good at this, and I mean, I feed into it, but truly he's the shopping king. And so again, if we go through these numbers very quickly, in 12 months, you would have an organization of greater than 126 unfranchised owners. What if that even didn't do fully, but you got only 50% of those people to actually do it? Then you'd be halfway there. But this is getting you to $1,500 commissions per week in the first year. And people are doing this. This is not undoable. It's only a matter of what are you willing to commit to show those 4 plans. Find those people to actually see what you're doing, 4 people per month. Okay. And then duplicating that in the organization. I will go over these numbers on a later call. I don't want to hold this up from the new stuff, but this is really where the rubber meets the road. So I didn't want to leave this out for tonight. I think it's very important. So again, how are we going to create this ongoing income? If you haven't been to shoppingannuity.com, that's first and foremost where you really need to go. I have here, there's a new video to share, and I had put in here coming because we couldn't find it last night. One of the things that Market America is very good at is hiding things. They seem to have things, and that's something that we need to get better at as a company. They're aware of it. But we did find it last night, and I will tell you, if you go to shoppingannuity.com and you click on the tab Shopping Assessment, actually I think it says just Assessment, down at the very, very bottom of the assessment page, on the bottom left, is the new Shopping Annuity Plan video. So all you have to do is push play or share it with people. And it's Ryan and Sarah Rose Stack that are doing it. Keep in mind also that I'll give you the website, but we have ours uploaded that I did a few weeks ago, which is very similar. And that is on our Orlampa Enterprises site. And I put the link in Success Builders to that, but I will give it to you again tonight. One of the other things that I'm excited about that's coming is we're going to have, I'll talk later about TLS. We have Find Your Fit programs with TLS, as you're aware of. But we also have coming a Find Your Financial Fit, which will be a 12-week game plan that's coming soon that Sarah Rose Stack and Jeremy Fenema and a couple of others are working on. I'm really excited about this because this is really what our business is about. It's converting your shopping, but it's so we can create a financial future for ourselves and for other people. And so it's going to allow us to really educate people on what an annuity is, how to create this annuity, and put it into a true game plan of laid out ABC. This is what you do. So I'm really excited about that because that's duplicatable when we have a system. There's also a brand new assessment coming. However, I'm going to tell you, they didn't give us an exact date. They said probably next month, September. However, I'm going to tell you, do not wait for that. Even though the current one has like a spreadsheet that's like a gazillion, it's just difficult for most people other than people who love Excel, Mr. Philip Black. But for those of us who aren't into Excel and spreadsheets, it's a little scary. Just go take the assessment, at least the checkoff list, and figure out what are you buying so that you can then learn how to convert it. The new assessment will actually be in our back office, and they're promising us that it will be much simpler and we won't have to know Excel. And so we'll be able to share that. So watch for that coming. And as you guys see things, please post them on Success Builders because it's not like I'm sitting at my computer every day watching for this stuff. So as it comes out, please, just post it. So here's the shopping annuity overviews. My recorded version that I had done a couple of weeks ago as we were getting ready to head into conference and I was running all of those is at this website. And again, it's posted on Success Builders, but if you want to just write that down so that you have it, it is a recorded webinar. It's about 40 minutes long. The one in shoppingannuity.com is about 47 minutes long. So they're pretty close. And then there's where the shopping annuity recording or plan is on the Shopping Annuity channel, okay, or on the shoppingannuity.com. You'll see here it is also located on YouTube, but it is not under the Market America channel. It's actually under the Shopping Annuity channel, which I learned last night that there is a Shopping Annuity channel. I didn't even know that. So it's not the Market America channel. When you go to YouTube, put in Shopping Annuity channel and search that, and then you'll find that channel. And there's only a few videos there, but the plan is there. Okay. And then Elsie Pacheco, who's heading up all of our social media, she was really phenomenal. I really enjoyed learning from her when she spoke at the Mohegan Sun when they did their training a couple weeks ago, and I saw some of that on Meet On, and then saw her on stage. Really, really impressed. But she'll be doing every Monday night at 7:30 Eastern Time on Meet On. She's going to be doing a shopping annuity segment. So I don't know exactly what the content will be, but that will probably be something that's worth kind of chiming into. And then whenever you're on social media, for those of you who are using social media, really whenever you're posting anything related to the shopping annuity, always use hashtag shopping annuity because it has a lot to do with what trends. And when things are trending, it brings all of our stuff up to the top. So it makes people more aware that they're seeing this shopping annuity and they start to question what it is and do searches. So it helps all of us, and it's that rising tide rises all ships. Rising tide rises all ships. So you can see I just stole all the shopping annuity slides and recreated them for tonight. It was easier than creating my own. So we also have, if you haven't been on the website, there are some absolutely beautiful new Isotonics videos on your site. So if you go to your shop.com site and you pull up any of the Isotonics or on your Isotonics website, pull up any of the products, you're going to see new videos, and they're beautifully done. That's something that we have gotten very, very good at as a company, and I'm excited about that. There's also a financial video with unfranchised income comparisons that is coming soon. They basically said that that will be coming probably in September, at the latest October. Again, very excited about that because that's something we all need to understand because we are financial evangelists. We're able to really, create an economic freedom for people. And as we can do that, we have to understand how to speak the language. So it's going to be something that you want to become very good at, because if you become good at it, I could tell you are a small percentage that understand finance to be able to, and it's simple. It's not like hard finance. This is simple finance that you learn how to speak it and show it to other people, and you can be absolutely wealthy. We are at a point in time, honestly, that this business is going to blow up. It's already blowing up. I mean, we watched hundreds and hundreds of new pin levels that have grown in the last 6 months. So the question is, who's next? There will be an all-new unfranchised business presentation available in September. They're completely reworking the whole thing. New slides, updating everything with new figures. So watch for that. That will be on unfranchisedtraining.com. That's where we download all of the unfranchised business presentations always. So just watch on unfranchisedtraining.com for the new UBP. And then there is a new 22-minute business overview video. I had some hard time finding this. It's the old one is still up there, but once I did a little search in YouTube, I did find it. If you can't find it, let us know in Success Builders, and I'll try and pop in there and post it. But there's a new 22-minute business overview video that you can share with potential prospects or potential people who are looking at the business. They will be breaking it down just like the old one into 3 sections. I wasn't able to find the 3 separate sections yet, which is usually a 7 to 9 minute intro, and then it gets into a little bit more of the middle of the presentation, and then before it was horizontal versus vertical. So I'm not sure how they'll break it down, but pay attention to that, because each person you speak to, depending on your conversation, will depend on how much information you want to send them at the beginning. Sometimes it's appropriate to send them just a piece of it and then find out if they want more information. And other times, depending on your conversation, a lot of times I'll just send the whole 22-minute video. There is a brand new unfranchised owner training, which a lot of you know that used to be new distributor training, and a brand new basic 5. These are already out. These can be downloaded in unfranchisedtraining.com, but I highly, highly recommend that as soon as you have one available in your area, get to one so that you can get all the new information, the new lingo that goes with things, so you are speaking the language of an unfranchised owner. Moving on. Just remember what drives the business. I'm going over a lot of new things, and I'm just kind of piling all of this in. Remember, this is a 3.5-day convention piled into a half-hour here. So this is the Cliff Notes. Always remember that what drives your business is not all of these bells and whistles. It is you that drives your business. You need to show and be passionate about your why. People will buy you first. They're interested in the business, but they're buying you first. So you have to figure out, what is your why? Is it real? Is it coming from the heart? And with everything you do, be on purpose. Have a real purpose behind what you're doing. I see too many people have conversations with people, and they wonder why they're not moving forward in the business, and it's because they're not having an on-purpose conversation. It drifts. They don't, and a lot of that comes down to confidence, and confidence comes from attending your events, being around other unfranchised owners who are speaking the language, who do have the confidence. And I will say this, when things aren't going as fast as you'd like them to, because believe me, I have been in this boat. When things aren't going as fast as you'd like them to, and you see other people around you bringing prospects and they seem to be growing faster than you, it can be very discouraging. But I tell you what, those are the times you need to plug even harder into the system. Because if you walk away, the more you walk away, the further you'll get away from your goals and your dreams. So really be on purpose with what you're doing, and think through and come up with a plan and lay out your action plan. When you do your assessment, and I'll talk about this in a second, but when you do your assessment, we really have to have some accountability to that, or it's too easy for you to not do it. Believe me, I didn't have accountability for my first couple years in the business, and it was very easy to not do what I wanted to get done. And then third is use your products, because if we don't use our products personally and we don't retail those products, we have no business. As you have heard me say a million times on the Sunday night call that I do, retail is business. If you're not retailing something, be it a service or a product, and most of what we offer is products, you are not in business. So as you know, a lot of people said this weekend, if your mouth isn't open, you're not in business. You need to be sharing what your business is about and sharing your products. A lot of you are involved in different universities, as we've called the university concept in the past. And I'm going to just give a quick highlight here, but I want to tell you, if you're interested in a particular university, you really need to go watch those university presentations that were done that are on the YouTube channel and get up to speed on them. I'm just going to highlight that Motives has something new that's been developing that Brandy Holden from Texas has been working on, and she was a very, very successful distributor in Mary Kay. She did not necessarily leave Mary Kay. What happened is her husband passed away. She met another man through church, and he happened to be a director in Market America. Needless to say, she's no longer with Mary Kay. She now totally has embraced Market America and Motives because she understands the power of the business plan. And so she's out creating some really cool stuff and created these glam labs that she's calling them glam labs. And basically it's doing motives in the home and using the ABC pattern to build it. So if you get any chance, she did speak from stage a couple of times. So you might want to watch the Motives things. There's there's a bunch of new products, but two of the new products to just highlight is that there's two new color things called party weapons. Pretty cool. If you're into makeup or you know people into makeup, definitely go look at those. In TLS, something I took away from the training that I went to on Wednesday, which was, I'm losing my mind here. I'm going too fast. Our markets are two markets for TLS. we are really looking at people who haven't hit obesity yet, which means that they have about 5 to 20 pounds to lose. That has seemed to be a real niche for TLS. And then the other niche has been this very medically supervised, severely obese patient, if you might. We have a great need in this country for that. However, we've never really had a strong program. There's a few people out there working with that clientele and doing very well, but there's never been a real program for it. They released what's called the TLS RX program or treatment program. It will be a 13-week medically supervised solution for the severely obese. And I can tell you there's some really exciting things on the horizon with insurance, coding and things like that. If you're working in Nutrametrics or TLS, and they've finally realized that TLS and Nutrametrics really need to be engaged together. So very exciting for anyone who's working in those areas. There will be a new guide and journal by the end of August, and there's the code number 6560. And coming October 1st, there will be a 21-day challenge, and it will have a brand new kit. It's the same products, but they're kitting them together. So there will be a kit to sell with this 21-day challenge. Very exciting because every time we have a kit, it makes it very simple to introduce people to a number of products without having to sell individual products, and they don't feel like they're buying so much. They're buying a kit. It's already in a box. It looks beautiful. There will be no entry fees like we used to have. It will be basically buy the kit and participate in this challenge, and it won't mean that they have to start on a specific date. They can just do a 21-day challenge. So whether it's to lose that 5 to 20 pounds or it's to kickstart a long-term journey, it doesn't matter, but it will be available for everybody. So watch for that because that will be great timing to get people ready before the holidays. And then if you can get a little traction with that, follow that right up into the new year with that fresh start. I'm excited about that. Nutrametrics, there was an update call done already this week. So if you're a Nutrametrics consultant or a health professional, you were probably on that. If not, check the Facebook page to get up to date on Nutrametrics. They released a lot of new programs. And obviously the DNA kit is available and has been out, and that's starting to really take traction. And I'm really excited because they're coming to St. Pete in April of next year. So I would tell you, put that on your calendar. If you are Nutrametrics inclined at all or have people on your team who are, put that on your calendar and start working into it. That will give you a goal. I know I'm going to be working into that, and Pip and I probably will plan to be there. So here's a few other highlights, just to highlight some other things. We have a CRM tool that's coming by World Conference next year. These are exciting because CRM tools track everything. So this will be a CRM tool that's basically going to track what you've shared with somebody. So from if you've shared catalogs, if you shared videos, if you shared the business plan, and you will be able to see when they actually viewed them. So just some really cool things that are going to help us, and I'll go into later. I have another slide here that's going to tell us another piece that they're adding to it that's exciting. We have mobile sites now for Motives and Isotonics. They'll be coming in October releases. So instead of having things all over the place when you pull it up on your mobile phone and it's hard to see everything, they are really working on the platforms that Steve Ashley did a really good not breakout, but from the main stage did a segment on that. And if you're a mobile person or working with people who are really heavily into mobile technology, that's important for you to be up on. The MP4s that came with our packets for new people are gone. Pardon me, I had to get a drink. They are gone. And the reason they're gone is because we're beyond that technology. So they are going to be putting everything in UF media, unfranchised media, which will be basically all of the downloads that we already have so that we can download it to whatever device we want to listen to it. And it will all be up to date as to where we are with technology. So that's just a good move. If you haven't seen, there is a shop.com black card. I highly recommend that you look at that and consider applying for that. A black card, it's beautiful. It's got the shop.com logo on it. It's black, and a black card is very highly recognized in the industry as being the top notch. And obviously, it can create conversation for you when you hand it to someone and have a shop.com card. That is meant for us as unfranchised owners. You need to look at the news lines that came out that explain how much BV we get and how much you get for different things that you'll be doing on it. And then we also have the Shop.com Platinum card, which is really designed for the customer. So if you got a Platinum card in the mail, you really need to, as an unfranchised owner, look at applying for the Black card and really introduce your customers to the Platinum card. And there are incentives for us to do that as well. So take a look at those. I'm so excited about this next one. They are finally coming out with a free shipping program. Really, it's about, honoring and looking at the people who are doing the business. So people who hit the shopping annuity bonus pool in the last quarter of this year, which should be a no-brainer for all of us because we all are shopping for the holidays, be it food and entertainment, gifts, what have you, we're all shopping. So if you hit the shopping annuity bonus pool, this will be the first quarter it's available, that if you hit it in the fourth quarter of this year, you will receive free shipping on your orders in the first quarter, and then so on and so forth. So what JR was explaining it is that doing the shopping annuity is truly 4 times more powerful for your business on BV than it used to be. I'm not going to go into all that. He explains it in one of his sessions, but it's 8 times more powerful on IBV from when IBV started. I just encourage you, whether you want to look at the details of it or not, just believe me that he showed the numbers. I understand it. You just have to reach out and trust it. Sometimes I've just had to reach out and trust things because I don't have the time to sit down and listen and watch everything over and over and over again until I get it. Sometimes it just doesn't go in. But it really comes down to how big is your container or your vessel. We all say you'll take on the size of the vessel based on your thinking, belief, and actions. So the more you get engaged into what's happening, I will tell you, you will be rewarded for it. And really, I talked about that we're financial planners of sort, create economic bond for people and economic salvation. But somebody put it in this quote that we are a living security insurance. Who doesn't need a living security insurance nowadays? There's very few people. And people who are very wealthy, as you will see by watching some of the people who presented from stage, not just, traditional unfranchised owners, but people who have made their wealth in other areas like Damon John. If you watch him from Shark Tank, it's all about understanding how to help other people, and people who are already making money absolutely grab this concept of converting their shopping and converting their spending into earning. It's a no-brainer for a business owner. Okay, so moving on, launching in 1 month, we have church.meeton.com. I will probably, Pastor Charlotte Israel did attend this session, so I may at some point after I get to talk to her, I have my call with her tomorrow morning. So I'll see what she learned at that and see if there's a time or place that we're ready to present that. I'm not sure where it is. She went to the breakout on that. We have Isotonics Immune for children that was released under the DNA Miracles line. Very exciting because most children nowadays need an immune booster. Google Analytics. This is something I had not heard of. But basically, this is what I was excited about in addition to that CRM tool. It provides data on who's visiting your site. So what it's going to do is tell you on all your different sites that you have, your shop.com site, your global site, your Isotonic site, your Motive site. It's going to tell you who's visiting your site, when, meaning what time of day, where they're coming from, and it's going to allow you to really set up how you want to do your social media campaigns. How do you want to market yourself? It will be in your back office. You will have to set it up. It's not there yet. They said it's coming very soon. I think it was Steve Ashley that talked about it. And he said it will be in your back office under My Services and under Website Admin. So that's where you're going to look for that. And then another really exciting thing is for those of you who are already getting paid in the commission cycle, you'll notice that sometimes 5th weeks stink. And the reason they stink is because transfer buy pools on week 1, 2, 3, and 4, which means on the 5th week, if there's a 5th Tuesday in the month, which there's 4 of them every year, you will not have any transfer buys pool. So typically you'll see numbers are lower for that week. They have finally, after many years of reviewing this and reviewing it, and again, they have finally come up with a 5th week program, so we will no longer have 5th week of no transfer buys. It is gone. So the transfer buy program, or the unfranchised auto ship program, will be changing, that your pool dates will be 17 days before your Q date. So no longer will we have week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. It will, for every person, be 17 days prior to their Q date. And that will allow that we will never have to worry about a 5th week. So again, just get more information on that. So coming in for a landing, some recommended videos. If you go to YouTube, look up the Market America channel. I suggest that you subscribe to it if you haven't already. All the way at the bottom of the Market America channel, there's different video segments in order, and like I want to say it's probably 5th or 6th in the line. So you got to scroll down. There is created playlists, and under created playlists, there's the International Convention 2015, and there's 31 videos in it, and it will say 31 videos. If you click on that International Convention 2015, you'll find those 31 videos listed 1 through 31. I chose just some of what I think are the most important for you to listen to first if you weren't there. If you were there, obviously go back and listen to what you feel you need to listen to. But these are the ones that are going to really, I think, help you build your business and create duplication. So if you want to just jot those down, I just really highly recommend going back and visiting those again. Somebody at convention said this, and I loved it. Gathering of a group of imperfect people with a common goal creates a perfect team. And if there's one thing I've learned over the years is we are all very imperfect. And although a lot of us strive to be perfectionistic, we are not perfect. We'll never be perfect. And I'm not going to go into a whole thing about that, but we're created in the image of God, and we're imperfect beings. That's why we're on the planet. And so we are a gathering of a group of imperfect people, but if we have this common goal, even though our whys might be different in some way, shape, or form, when our whys come into alignment with one another, into alignment with the company, it's an unstoppable force. So it creates a perfect team. And so it's really going to be important moving forward that we really, really get action plans down, know people's why, where they're headed, what their goals are. And so I really want to encourage you to be able to really get us your assessment. And I'll go over the first steps and everything, but getting us your assessment, getting your goals to us so that we can, and getting your why, so we can really look at it as a team and blend everything together for the strength of the team. So this was something that was big, big news. That was kind of cool. Most of you are already aware of ShopBuddy. ShopBuddy is that, I don't even know what to call it. I'm lost for words, but basically you download it onto your computer or onto your mobile device, whatever device you're using. And if you're using different browsers, it has to be downloaded on each individual browser because it's browser driven. When you download it, it will make sure you never miss a deal. But what's really exciting is at this point, we have finally hit it. I really tell you, when I say this, I mean it strongly. You need to work very hard to get every one of your customers to download ShopBuddy on every one of their browsers and devices. Because when they go to do a search on Amazon or on eBay for anything, and you know that those are competitors of ours. But when they go to do a search for anything, and I'm not talking Market America branded products, just that. I'll talk about that in a second. So they're going there, they search for an electronic item. They search for shoes, whatever. If shop.com has a better price, know that not always do we have the best price, but we try to, but sometimes you don't. I mean, things are always changing. But if we have a better price for that item, it's going to slide up a window over here in the corner, and it's just going to slide up, and it's going to have a buy now button on shop.com. And it's going to take them to shop.com. So if they're your customer, they have to obviously at that point log in with their email. If they buy anything, it's coming back to you. So your job is to really start sharing ShopBuddy with everybody and how they can save And that will be a very good introduction into the business without having to bring up the business right away. Coming soon, they're going to use that same technology. So if someone searches our branded products, as most of us know, we've seen Isotonics and Motives on other sites. If they search our branded products on Amazon or eBay, it's going to tell them not only can they, click here to buy now, but it's going to tell them that shop.com is the only exclusive dealer for this product, which is huge for us. And I'm very excited because this has been an area that has really just irritated a lot of us for a long time. And I know they've been working diligently on it, trying to figure out. So it's great that technology is there that will be able to do that. And again, they had mentioned that we have over 80 million products via the other stores and over 3,000 branded products now. So it all comes down, closing out, to your choice. You can continue to spend money and make other people money and other companies money, but a good business owner would never, ever do that. If you talk to any business owners, they're always going to look to keep as much in their own pocket as possible. It's about keeping it to your family, and that's friends and family. Keeping it, for that annuity, for that asset, for that willable asset. You can truly now at this point convert almost all of your spending into earning with what we have going on here. And together, I truly, truly feel that we're at a point in the business now that we can truly change the world together as a team. We can change it. Most of you already know and are already doing it via health. We can now do it via savings, and we can do it via financial. So I'm just going to give you a couple of what I say are the next steps. And the next steps would be take an assessment and then send it over to your mentor or mentors, and let's collaborate on it so we can really look at where you're headed and how we're going to make that conversion. And as I said, we'll do some webinars with Shopping King Philip. Make a commitment to your goals with us, meaning as a team. Contact your mentor and grab a ticket to your next event. Let me explain what I mean by that. I don't mean just the next event. I mean the next number of events. If you don't plan for your success, you will not have success, period. You have to plan for success. And part of planning for success is putting your calendar out 6 months and putting everything on it. So right now, I would encourage you, when you get off this call, before you even go do the assessment, go to your Facebook page for your local area and find out when all of the next trainings are and things are that you really need to get to move your business forward. And then you're going to look to duplicate as you're exposing the business and sharing those plans and those 4 plans. Your job is to get people plugged in, because when we meet and we all come together as like minds, it is unstoppable. I mean, I could tell you, I felt like I could have moved mountains in that room. And I think we are. People are doing it. So right now is your time to go out and look 6 months out. World Conference, put it on your calendar. Put your local seminars on your calendar. Get a Nuot and B5 on your calendar. Get these on your calendar and start making the commitments. Commitments mean getting tickets. I can tell you, all of you can sit here and say, well, I don't have the money to buy a $200 ticket now. I didn't have the money to buy $1,200 worth of tickets, but I did it because I make that commitment, and it burns for me to get rid of those tickets. So I tell you, if you do not have a ticket, you can't sell a ticket. And I know you've heard this a million times, and I feel like I'm yelling, and I don't mean to be yelling, but it gets frustrating because people want success, but they're not willing to do what it takes to get it, and then they complain that the system doesn't work. So I really encourage you, and I want to congratulate those of you who got your tickets, because I know a number of you got your tickets this year, and I am so, so happy that you did that. That tells me a lot. What I want you to do is, if you've got tickets, be it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever you bought, if you bought tickets, can you please report that in to your mentor or mentors, so that we can really know what the commitment level is and know who has those tickets in their hands. Because quite honestly, I was looking for tickets to International Convention the week before, and I had a couple people who never told me they had tickets, and therefore I was not able to get those tickets, which was sad. Fortunately, we found some other people to buy them once we got up there, so that was good. So watch the recommended videos and just remember that if you don't open your mouth, your business is closed. So you need to really start talking to people and sharing things, and really just know that the fate of your business lies in your own hands. So with that, I'm actually going to open it up and see if anyone has questions. If you have a question, probably the easiest thing is to hit the raise your hand, and then I can actually unmute you one at a time, because if I unmute all of you on a webinar, what happens is we get too much feedback. So if you have any questions whatsoever, go ahead and just hit the raise hand button or the question button, whichever works best for you. It doesn't matter. I can see both. Okay, I'm scrolling and I'm not seeing any hands. So either I confused all of you tonight. Okay, I've got one. Cheryl, I'm going to unmute you here.
Hey, Beth, can you hear me?
I can.
Hey, I just want to tell you you did a great job. I don't really have a question, I don't think. You covered a lot of stuff, and I know it was just such an exciting event for all of us that attended, and thank you so much for doing the recap. You did an awesome, awesome job. Um, and I think that, you know, what you said about a lot of things, I mean, it's just really about making a commitment to this business and really being able to decide whether you're going to make it a success or not, because people out there are. And if you make the decision and you plug in, they have everything we need now. I have to say that even Chuck has got so fired up about this event. He's been on the phone nonstop talking to prospects, and it's several people are interested in joining the business just within a couple of days of talking. So it was a really powerful event. So I hope that all of you guys take the chance that you didn't attend to really take the time to listen to the videos and find the stuff. You know, take your time. But I want to commend some of you, and our team has actually already done that on Meet On. I'm very proud of those that couldn't attend, that you're watching Meet On and staying plugged in that way. But I really want to encourage everybody too on our team. Please email me if you have tickets, how many tickets you have. We really want to get a record amount to World Conference, because the company's really on the move, and if you get there and you get people in front of this, it's going to make a difference in your life. So.
Excellent. Thank you, Cheryl. I can't agree more. The funny thing is, and I know you'd agree with this because we talked about it, I feel like in watching everyone, it can happen so much faster than it ever has been able to happen before, because we have so many things in place now that make it go fast.
Yes, yes, yes.
So,
And I can say, you know, from coming from the product point of view, all of you on the call that know me know I'm, you know, Dr. Cheryl, and it's all about, you know, isotonics and OPC, and I will go to my grave bragging on those great products. But I can say that I am seeing the power of the shopping annuity. I see it as we're bringing it up to people, and people are feeling that they can do this. There's just something different about that whole shopping annuity approach. So I encourage you to watch the videos with Carl Eklund. Chuck showed the video of Carl Eklund to a couple of prospects, and they are very, well, one is signing up, and a couple more are very, very interested in learning more. And that was from stage where he had Dr. Rosa with him. So I really encourage you guys to watch that, and it can be used as a recruiting tool. Really powerful presentation.
excellent. Excellent. Thank you, Cheryl. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
All right. Is there anybody else that has a question? I'm not seeing any other hands. So just real quickly, if you have a question, please raise your hand. And if not, we'll be exiting for the night, and I will stop the recording so that we can hopefully get it recorded and put it up on the website.